It's me, converted man. Wait, no, D. No, not me. I am me. Yes. Anyways, 2 weeks ago, I challenged Wise Disciple and made a video where I asked a bunch of questions. I don't remember what questions I asked. Anyway, so YouTube didn't tell me that he had responded to my comment because YouTube just, I don't know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Just does whatever it feels like. So I can't blame Wise Disciple for that, but I did email him, and so I finally got, like, I sent like a couple different emails, finally got a response to that. So that took a while. So but maybe he doesn't check email. I don't know. Anyway, so here's a response to some of my questions. Some, not all, but some. So I'm going to read it. And yeah. So I had asked, I'll read what I asked and read what he said. What do you think the best setup is for a debate? Should both have an opening, single rebuttal, or more than one rebuttal? How do you think we should figure out who wins the debate? By a point system of who has less logical fallacies, or if either side has any of them, no one wins? Do you think there are types of debates that are pointless? When? How do they become pointless? Where do you teach debate? How does one become a teacher of debate? Would somebody have to take a class on formal and or informal logic before doing a debate class? Or would a debate class also cover that subject? Anyway, so he says, hello, there's a lot of questions here. Should I make a video on this in the future? Well, if you're asking me, the answer would be yes. You should cover all the things that qualify you to call yourself a debate teacher. More on that in a moment. Also, where do I teach? I can't even say what he said. Where do I teach debate? I don't teach it anymore. I was in public high school. I was a public high school teacher in Las Vegas before jumping into ministry. I've said this in intros to these videos in the past. Okay, well, at least it was a public high school and not, private or a Bible thing. I'm guessing, look, for privacy, maybe he doesn't want to tell us the exact place in Las Vegas or actually show credentials that would prove that this is true. I understand that, but still, you gotta understand why I'm skeptical of that claim. And it's not Wise Disciples, it's all these apologists make these claims about things, and it's just, you go, I don't know if that's true. But anyways, besides, I thought that what happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas. Anyways, all right. All right, so how does one become a teacher of debate? Okay, that's yes. I was asked to replace the previous teacher who was retiring, and I jumped on board because I already had a little background in philosophy and logical fallacies. Okay, well, that doesn't really answer the question of how you become a teacher of debate. Broadly speaking, it answers how you, in particular, became a teacher of debate. To be honest, from my view, doesn't really sound that impressive to me. It's not like you applied for that position, or it doesn't really sound like that's I don't know. It's just like I was asked to replace the teacher, so I did. It's like, yeah, I mean, you were there and you had teaching credentials of some sort, so it's just like, hey, do you want to do this? Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. Well, anyways, who was retiring and I jumped over to so a little background. So what do you mean by a little? Like, what does that mean? Like, not very much. Like, what does a little mean? Yeah, I know I'm being nitpicky, but I'm just wondering, like, not a lot. Doesn't sound, again, it doesn't sound impressive. Your credentials here are sounding less impressive as you reveal more information. Now, I'm not, look, maybe, teaching credential, that's great. But you label the video in a certain way, so you're going to get some scrutiny for that. And I'm glad that you're telling us the information that I asked, but it's I'm glad that you're being honest, but I'm just, I'm not really impressed by it, I guess. That's okay. It's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm impressed or not. Just being honest with my feelings. But a little background. What does that mean? So how much background do I need to have to be a debate teacher in high school? See, the other thing is, not a lot of high schools sometimes offer debate classes, but what does that mean? Are you just, here's how to debate, like you stand up and you say your opening and they say their opening? What is the curriculum involved? There's details missing here. Anyways, I think everyone should take a couple intro courses to logic and philosophy, because I think it helps us all to become better thinkers. I agree. Well, I don't know about philosophy. I do think that, yes, you should take, if you can, classes in logic, but I think that you should read informal logic books, and if you can take classes, yes, but also read books and do your best to understand it. And if you don't, maybe find a logician that has already studied it and is super into it, like me. Although I'm an amateur logician, so maybe I'm not the best resource available. But anyways, so yes, I agree with this statement. Certainly, a teacher debate needs to be versed in valid reasoning and logical fallacies. I agree. It's kind of too bad that you've chosen apologetics rather than pursuing that. But, oh well. There's a supporter set up for teachers in the Valley here where all debate teachers meet, or at least they used to, in order to network and discuss tournament issues. Well, that's good. What was that? What was that the name of that? Also, so how long ago was this? I guess that should have been asked as well, because this is in the past. So, how long ago was it that you did this? Anyways, that's where I got a lot of my early lesson plans as a newbie. Hope these answers helped. Well, you didn't answer how we set up for a debate. You didn't answer how that works. You didn't answer any of these questions. You didn't answer this question. You did answer where you teach. You answered how you became a teacher of debate, not how anyone would. And then you didn't really answer if somebody has to take a class on formal/informal logic before doing a debate class at all. So it seems to me, and I could be wrong, but it seems to me that you have some sort of credential that allows you to teach. You were at a public high school as a teacher, and the principal or vice principal or whoever it is that decides such things was aware that you were into philosophy, and maybe they were aware that you were into logic or knew something about it, and they were like, hey, you teach it. When I was in high school, I took a class in psychology, and the person that taught that class was also the coach of the school. So to say that he wasn't qualified to teach that class would be an understatement. Now, that's maybe a reflection on the public high school education system and not on you as a person. But the thing is, you're not saying that you're a former debate teacher, retired debate teacher. You're just saying debate teacher reacts. And reacting isn't analyzing. You're not pointing out logical fallacies that both sides did. So what really, other than to get views and comments, what is the goal of this video? Is it to get to who's right? Or is it just to win? You have a bias for your side because you're an apologist. Among the other things that you do is also apologetics. That's obvious from your channel. Now, to be fair, my bias is skepticism, which isn't just one thing. It's not being an atheist. It's utilizing a system of inquiry. So if it's the difference between I'm going to defend this certain faith because that's the faith that I happen to belong to, and I'm going to defend critical thinking, well, just saying one of those is might, to me, seems more biased than the other. But again, it doesn't really matter who's more biased. What matters is the arguments. But you don't really present arguments, do you? You just react to debates. Oh well. Anyways, so that's it for this video. At least he did respond. Didn't respond to the video I made. So there's that. But I did email him, so I'll update you if he responds to that email. Probably in 2 weeks. See you then.